Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is for the children. And James Brown. Pshaw. I lived up to that real good, didn't I? Testes, 1, 2, 3. Testes. All the testes. So yeah, it's that much of a difference. If you push, it's going to turn the front of that wheel in. One day, all in one day. Yeah, I lived up to that real good, didn't I? I don't know, honestly, why I was thinking or why or how I thought that I was even capable of doing anything in one day. Let me tell you a little something about the garage. Time works differently in the garage, okay? It's sort of Murphy's Law-esque, if you will. Murphy's Law adjacent, if you will. So the wife asks me, how long is that going to take you? And I say, you know, I'm gonna go just slap this on real quick. It'll be 20 minutes. And she says, okay, so it'll be about 2 hours? And I say, no, I'm serious. It'll be like 20 minutes. Don't worry about it. Then I come into the garage and guess what? 2 hours later. And then she comes and checks up. I thought it was gonna be 20 minutes. And I'm like, it was gonna be 20 minutes, but there was unforeseen circumstances. You don't understand. It's Murphy's freaking Law in the garage, in the TOY-bBOX garage. Oh gosh. So then she says, okay, how long is it going to be then? And I say, about 20 minutes. And then it takes another 3 hours. So that's the way things work in the garage. Clearly, as demonstrated in the previous video. If you haven't watched that, go watch it. This one right here. Go watch it. Okay, now, that out of the way. Today's video is truly okay, it's not the end of the orange Subaru build, but it's the end of what you're going to see on the Subaru build. We're going to finish up with the front turn signal and put its load resistor in. We're going to slap the rear turn signals in and slap their load resistors in. We're going to slap the reverse lights in. And then I'm going to dig into that camera and tinker a little bit, see if I can't get it going the way it was working properly before. You know, I'm going to try to get it back to that. Then I have a little something else going on. Come here. Let's come over here. Come here. Let me show you something. What's this? Do you know what this is? Say, kids, do you understand what this is? Tell me, what is this? Yes, you nailed it. This is a Subaru Impreza control arm. Why do we have brand new Subaru control arms? Well, I'm going to tell you why we have Subaru control arms that are brand new. After we just slapped brand new control arms on this car. Let me show you something. Do you see that the wheel is turned in there? As well as turned in there. Now, this wheel on this side is only subtly turned in. I kind of screwed with the tie rod end because I thought that somehow I screwed the tie rod adjustment out when I lowered the knuckles. That was not the case. Let me tell you what the case was. Thank goodness for Colin at SteinFab Garage. Go follow that man, okay? Go follow Colin on all of his social medias. This one, over here, all these ones. Go follow all of them. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Watch all of his videos like 8 times because that man is a freaking genius. And he's really cool. He's such a generous, really good, truly good dude. If you're on his good side. If you kind of get on his bad side, he really doesn't care. That's just the way he is. But regardless, he has helped me out so much over the years. I'm not even going to get into it. Just go, as a favor to me and my channel, go subscribe to his channel. He does all this cool shit. So, but I'm coming after him. I'm going to start doing some cool shit too. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right, go to the SteinFab Garage, become a garage fan, okay? Now, let me tell you what Colin did at SteinFab. I, for the life of me, couldn't figure out how I had altered the adjustment of the tie rods on the front of this car. Thinking about it. If it wasn't for Colin, I'd still be thinking about it for like another 2 or 3 weeks before I finally figured it out. Well, what happened, what he explained to me, was that it was probably the wrong control arms. And I said, well, you know, I thought I ordered the correct control arms. Upon second glance, it turns out I did not order the correct control arms. Because I know how to order control arms. I didn't realize that Subaru had, with this body style, 2 different control arms. And what changed on them is the length of the control arm, differentiating between the ball joint and this bushing on this side, this front bushing towards the front of the car. This distance right here from this end to this bushing on the 2011 to 2013 is about 15 inches. On this car, it's an inch shorter. It's about 14 inches. So that 1 inch, watch my hand here. This is the knuckle that's holding the wheel on, right? That 1 inch difference on the bottom is pushing the bottom out, thus pushing the back outward this way because the front is tied to a tie rod that only allows it to move with the tie rod. So the tie rod's holding it here. We put this longer control arm on that pushes the back end out like that. Do you see? You see? Makes total sense when it's explained to me. Again, thank you, Colin. So I ordered the ones that are for the 08 to 2010, and that's what these are. So we're gonna climb under there today. We're gonna swap those out. I already put this in, as you may or may not have seen. I did it real quick because that is not hard, but you've seen that anyway. So all we have to do with the AC is charge it. Then we have the lighting, as I said, the lighting back here, as I said, the camera back here, as I said. Sit tight, I'm gonna show you something. Look at this control arm. Yeah, this is the one I had to take off to replace the strut there. You see that? Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, what the hell? What the hell happened there? What is that? Okay, this all came from the grinder. I don't know if you noticed in that last video where I hung my head in frustration because I had to pull out the Makita and grind off the bottom mounting bolt for that strut. Yeah, it was all rusted and rounded off because I couldn't get it off with any of my tools. It's partially my fault. I kind of rushed through it and kind of screwed up by not taking my time. That's neither here nor there, okay? Don't worry about what I'm doing, Eric. What I did was I ground off the bolt, found another bolt from my old Integra bolt stash since they are also metric, and I actually had one that was the proper length and size and proper fitment. It had the same exact nut and everything. So that's what's in there now, but I nicked the hell out of that rear control arm, and there's actually a couple of pretty deep gouges in it. I'm not real comfortable with that. I don't want that thing to rust on him in Colorado. I don't know if Colorado cars get rust, but if it does, I don't want it to rust on him. And by the way, the new owner lives in Colorado, so I don't know if they get a lot of rust up there, but if they do, I don't want those open gouges to rust on him and, you know, eventually wear out and break and the rear strut comes through the bottom of the control arm. That being said, I went ahead and just got a pair of rear control arms. But that leads me to another video that's going to be made very soon, and it's probably just going to be a featurette in another video, in our next video. But the featurette is going to be the white Impreza that we just put the new drive shaft on. When I was under there inspecting it, I found that his rear passenger control arm had been bent. It looks like it hit a rock real hard and bent the heck out of it in the rear, and I didn't notice that previously, but I also didn't have it that high off the ground, so I let him know about that. So I thought about it, and I said to myself, you know what, those rear control arms are not proprietary to one side or the other. They are interchangeable. Cool. So I bought a pair of them. It was cheaper than buying them individually, so I bought a set. Called him up and I said, hey, I've got a set of these rear control arms. One is going on this car. Would you like the second? And I said, all you have to do is just give me a few bucks to install it. I will sell it to you for the price that you would have bought it for anyway. So, you know, I'm not making money on the part, but just kick me down a few bucks to install it and we're good. He agreed. While we're at it, I'm going to sell him a set of rims for his car. The old set that came off of our donor car, our original donor car, my cousin's car. He's going to get those rims and that rear control arm. I'm going to install all of it and cool. That's going to help him out. It's going to help me out. Great. And then this car and that car will be done. The Subaru adventures are coming to a slow end. We might be done with them now. Knowing me, I'm gonna buy more freaking Subarus in the future. Don't hold your freaking breath. It's gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah. Me not buy Subarus? Shit. I've got my next video series coming up, which is going to be a real big series. I probably won't talk as much. I'm not great at vlog style filming. I still am not comfortable talking in public as a vlogger. It still kind of feels weird. I'm trying though. I'm going to try and I'm going to get through this and it's going to be cool. Anyway, regardless if I say a single word or not, the content is going to be awesome. And I hope you guys are going to like it because even if you don't, I'm going to edit it and post it and watch it over again because I think it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to share it with you guys. But prior to us getting to those videos, which are probably going to come out mid-May, I would assume that series is going to start. In the meantime, when this is all done and the white car is all done, we have the XB teardown. It's here. It's going to happen. I'm freaking excited. And what the hell is going on with my Mad Max poster? What'd you guys do? I'm going to have to fix that now. Ugh. Okay, let's get on with this build and let's get this damn thing over with. Now, I was telling you about that rear control arm. I'm not gonna film putting that thing on. If you wanna see me put on a rear control arm, you can watch me do it. I mean, you saw me on my car, on my Subaru. Those are aftermarket. If you want me if you wanna see me actually replace a factory one, I'll film it on the white car. But let me know below if you wanna see that or if I could just skip over it. But on this car, I'm gonna skip over it. So what you see today is gonna be the official last video on this. We are done. We're gonna say goodbye to it. We're gonna park it and forget it. Great, love it, freaking love it. Control arms, lighting, fix the camera, repair somewhat the bumper, slap it back on, put it back on the ground, and probably park it back in that bay, move the XB back over here. There's a lot more room to work over here. And then yeah, that's gonna be it. So let's get to it. I will put you guys on a time lapse because again, you've seen all this shit before and you don't really probably wanna see it again, but you're gonna watch me do it because that's what we're working on today. So deal with it. Oh, I never told you guys. I did my first podcast interview, first of many to come. It was a cool experience. It got me psyched up to do more. The interview that I did is actually going to be featured on another podcast, a podcast that's already established. It's got a really big fan base. They're on like episode 500. They're almost to 500. Anyway, when that podcast is going to drop, I will let you guys know so you can watch it live on YouTube and you can see my contribution to their show, which will be that interview. My part is 38 minutes. I told them to feel free to chop it down. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen with it yet, but they're going to at least use a portion of what I did for it. It was really cool. Anyway, so be on the lookout in the future for more podcast stuff coming. I'm gonna actually start this podcast. I'm gonna start interviewing people. It's gonna be freaking fun. I'm excited. That's neither here nor there. Let's hit that time lapse and go. Okay guys, let me show you what I was talking about. Here's the two control arms, the new one with the old one, side by side. Okay, so there's that one. We'll put this one right next to it. That's a bad example. They look identical. No, they don't. Okay, from there they kind of look identical. Here's the deal. Look down here. Okay, so those are side by side, right? They're sitting equal. Then you scroll down here. Do you see the difference of where that mount is? It's about an inch. Go to the end, and again, it doesn't look like it, but this one is sticking about an inch further out. Let me see if I can demonstrate it in another way better. Now you can see. It's maybe not a full inch, but it is a difference. There's a little bit of a difference. And again, it's not a lot, but I think it's enough that it's making a, so yeah, it's that much of a difference, maybe what, half an inch? But it's enough that it's pulling this damn front end of this arm in because this arm is holding on tight. There's no adjustment here, right? So if you push out on the bottom of this, it's going to turn the front of that wheel in. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, you'll see when I get this arm on that it should fix it. So let's do that now. All right, here's the deal. You saw that. That's done. Great. Do you see what I mean by, maybe it's just this car, but Murphy's Law existing in here? So what you saw me pull out the grinder for, the trailer park chainsaw, if you will, what you saw me pull that out for on the other side was because, I don't know if you remember the last video. If you don't, there's a link somewhere. Click it and watch it. But I had to grab the sledgehammer and pound out the CV axle because it was rusted into that hub. Well, when I did that, I hit the edge of the hub a couple times, opposite sides, and it sort of curved it over outward. Well, rims are usually hub-centric, so they sit perfectly around that hub ring to center them on the spindle. So when I did that, I didn't realize, but I kind of took up some of the space that the rim needed to go on, and so the rim wasn't fully seating against the rotor. And I didn't realize that until I was just putting the tire back on, and I saw a little gap in between the rotor and the back of the rim, and I said, oh crap, I know exactly what happened. So I pulled out the trailer park chainsaw and ground down a little bit of the metal. Now, don't be all judgy. The hub still has probably 80% of the hub that's still perfectly shaped. It was just those two little nicks opposite sides that I had to grind down just a tiny bit just to curve that lip back so I can get the rim all the way on. And I did, and it feels great. I'm gonna torque it when it's down on the ground, and everything should be a-okay. So no stress, no worries, don't freak out. All right, that being said, this project has been damn near a year going. So it's gonna be super bittersweet to finish it, but super nice, because then we move on to the XB, which is gonna be a badass. It's gonna be so much fun comparatively. But I will say that in all honesty, I really enjoy working on these Subarus. I've learned a lot about them and about how to work on them and about their engines and everything. So I'm not gonna say that I didn't have fun building this car. From the condition that we got it into the condition that it's gonna be leaving in, it's gonna be night and day. And I'll put together sort of a compilation video. Maybe I'll just pull the best parts, you know, little clips out of each video to show the progression from beginning to end. That'll be kind of fun. We are moving on to the back of the car right now. We're gonna slap all that stuff together on time lapse. Then I'm gonna lower it down, drive it up on the ramps, do a quick camber adjustment, tighten the control arm bolts that I haven't tightened all the way because you need them at ride height. And then we'll charge the AC. We'll melt some plastic. Let's get to some plastic melting. How does that sound? That sounds super healthy, right? Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So we'll do that, slap it on the car, and we're done. We're finally flipping done with this frickin' car. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just keeping it. I'm gonna keep it. Fuck it. No, I'm just kidding. It's already got a new home, so. And there will be one more part of a video that has the owner coming to see it and getting his reaction, because he's never even seen this car unless he watches my channel, which I told him if he wanted to be surprised not to watch the channel, but you know, who knows? Maybe he's seen it, maybe he hasn't, but we'll get a genuine reaction. Here we go. Time lapse again. We're gonna move to the back. I'm gonna keep you on time lapse. I'm not gonna talk in between now and when we're charging the AC, so then I'll talk to you again after I'm done with all that. Here we go. Let's go. Okay, you saw the back end there? Oh, hold on. Let me stop this DMX going off in the background. Cisco and DMX. All right, you saw the back end. I took the camera out, tried a different camera, same result. Then I got in the car, turned this on. Zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, radio's on. I have zero sound. So now I'm gonna take the dash apart and I'm gonna see what's behind there. Maybe there's a crossed wire, maybe something disconnected. I don't know, but that's what we're gonna do right now. See what's going on back here. Because right now it's on, it should be playing sound. There's a couple things I need to do while I have this out, so I guess it's kind of good that I got in here to get this out of here. See what's going on? Let's pull it all the way out. I'm gonna put a phone mount right in here. Let's see what we got here. Holy crap, what is going on here? Oh shit, this broke. Dude, the fuck? That is just fucking absurd. Ah, that is dog shit, man. Oh my god, dude. I don't want to run a new fucking wire. I'm gonna show you what happened here. Now, I don't know why. So do you see right here? That's the back there. See that one in the corner? Right there on the bottom left corner of your screen that has a white center? That is because the RCA broke, and that's a piece of the RCA stuck inside of there. Now, I don't know why that would affect the radio. Basically, I don't know why we don't have volume, but that's why we don't have backup cam. And what that means is I have to fucking take that wire out from the whole car, front to back, and run a new one. So I guess here we go. So, it's the next day. I'm in the garage. Guess what I'm working on? Oh, in case you can't see it, it's the orange Subaru. You know, the one that I said we were going to finish 4 days ago? Yeah, that one. I'm still working on it. You know what? I don't want to hear it. Don't even say nothing. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Here we are. What do you think of that? I don't care. I found out what the problem with the camera was. I showed you that little RCA broke off of the radio. Well, somehow when that happened, it fried it because it doesn't output sound anymore. So now I need to take all the stuff off of this one. I'm just going to put this radio in it, which is a smaller screen, no Bluetooth radio, but you know, that's all I have. So that's what's going in here. But I plugged that one in real quick. Camera works perfect. Oh, I also replaced the wire. I have to reset the steering wheel controls because they're all out of whack because of that radio also, but that should be that. Still have to charge the AC. Still have to work on the bumper. That's it. That's all I have to do. And you've already seen all this crap except maybe the bumper welding. Listen, if you want to see the bumper welding, I'll film it, but I'm not going to put it in this video. And I'm not going to put the AC in this video because you've already seen that. And I'm not going to put the radio in this video because there's hundreds of radios out there. I will film them. And if you want to see them, let me know. I'll release them as little clips in the next video, but you've already seen it. You know how that works. This one might be a little interesting with the bumper welding, plastic welding, because that's something I've never done before. So I'm going to film that. If you want to see it, let me know in the comments. If not, I just won't put it out. This was a really, really long video, really, really long series. This is going to be the official end of it. I don't care what else I have to do besides the radio, the AC, the bumper, and next week the rear control arm because they didn't arrive on time. But that's going to be it as far as I'm concerned. The new owner takes over. It's all his. Whatever he wants to do is up to him. But we are done with this car. It's no longer part of our garage. That means after I put the rear control arm next week, we start the XB. Just like I told you, we're going to tear down the suspension and get started on that. So look forward to that next week. I'll fix my Mad Max poster. Thank you for sticking it out with this really, really long series, this repetitive series, this constant work on this car. It's come a long way from where it started, but it took a lot to get us there. But it made a lot of videos too, so that's kind of cool. The new owner's gonna love it, I think. I hope. This is the end of a dynasty, if you will. This car has so much airtime on my channel. It's taking up all the channel. Anyway, thank you guys for sticking it out with this long video, this long series. Thank you for smashing that like button down below if you like the videos. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing with your friends. And thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that. And get your friends to subscribe too, because you know what the deal is. On that note, this is the Mastr-of-none, signing out of the Toy Box Garage. I will see you next week.